All right, now, ladies and gentle gays, this is the moment. This is the moment that we've been waiting for.
That catfish tragic. Online savage, real life average.
Now, before I get into anything, I'm going to do my usual promotion. Make sure you go over to patreon.com/AdrianExpression. Listen to the latest episode of my podcast. And the episode is entitled Miss Canola Oil because I had a whole insecure review on there. Talks about the patrons' questions and comments. It was a fun episode. Like I said, go to patreon.com/AdrianExpression if you want to get these videos first. You want extra content, all that stuff, that good stuff. Now, of course, speaking of good stuff, we have to immediately cover this Savage remix that Beyoncé Megan Thee Stallion just dropped. After I talk about this, I'll be touching on a few other current events, a few hot topics, but I definitely wanted to make sure that I hand Beyoncé whatever legal papers, I hand Megan Thee Stallion whatever legal documents that are going to be necessary for me to go through with this lawsuit, because reckless endangerment of my wig, that's what's happening, that's what they're doing. I know I've said this before, but reckless endangerment of my scalp is really giving cruel and unusual punishment. It's giving crimes against humanity. It's actually giving hate crimes, okay? It's giving hate crimes. I know it's so many intelligent people that watch me, so if you happen to be a lawyer or anything like that, make sure you let me know how I can sue these two women for hate crimes, because they're specifically targeting me. They're discriminating against my hair follicles. So that's exactly, if you know anybody who can help me out, let me know. So many things to say about this Savage remix. The first thing is that it's an actual remix. Can we start there? Now, I do not blame Megan at all. I mean, of course, I'm sure the vision for this song was that it was done completely over. But honestly, if you were to tell me, or if Beyonce were to call me like, hey sis, I want to be on one of your songs, of course I'm going back to the drawing board. What you mean? Let's write this whole thing over. That's exactly what Megan did. They both did it. Nah, but this is a full remix. They went back to the drawing board. It sounds like a completely different song, almost. You know what I'm saying. I have to exaggerate. These are my faves, okay? These are my faves. I have to embellish a little. You know, when I pressed play and then I heard Beyonce start, well, first of all, I heard Megan Thee Stallion say that y'all have her name in your mouth and that's why you continue to gag. But then when I hear Beyonce come up here and say hips tick tock when I dance on that demon time, just by starting OnlyFans, I fell out. I just want y'all to understand. I just want you to know, if you see something slanging around, it just might be me. Let me tell you, Beyonce has given us the A-OK, the green light. We already had it. But now that it has, the OnlyFans have Beyonce's stamp of approval, guess what? If you see some things slanging, you know, it just, blame Beyonce. Blame Beyonce. I know that Beyonce, when she sits down to rap, not only she rap singing, not only she giving you vocals, harmonies, not only she doing some weird ad-libs. There was one ad-lib she was doing, them jeans. It gave me very much Some Cut by Trillville. It's just, she's crazy. She's crazy. Yeah, whenever she sits down to rap, she understands that we're gonna be using these things for Instagram captions and things of that nature. So can't argue with these lazy bitches. I just raised my price. What else she said? I'm a boss, I'm a leader. I pull up in that two-seater. And my mama was a savage. Nigga, I got this shit from Tina. Now, I know that Tina is all on social media. Hopefully she does not know what Demon Time is on IG. Hopefully she also does not, you know, she's savvy with the web, but hopefully she has not wandered into the OnlyFans thing yet, because she's gonna be looking it up. Omar helped me get this tweet off and I completely appreciate it. It's horny joke time, sis.
It's corny joke time.
Speaking of the family, I want Blue Ivy to know that we really do appreciate her top tier management skills. We all know that this collaboration would never have happened if Blue Ivy did not sign those papers, if she did not okay those meetings and make sure that the studio time was booked. We understand that Blue Ivy is an extremely talented manager, and on that note, we had to stand on it. I just love the fact that Megan has secured these features. She has had such an amazing career, and it's only it's only the beginning. She got Beyonce on her shit. She had Nicki Minaj on her shit. I also love the fact that Megan is such a huge fan of Beyonce, and they're both from Houston. And Megan put this up saying that all the proceeds from the song will be going to Bread of Life in Houston to support their city as they go through all of this. So it's all around goodness, good energy. I mean, sis was laughing and giggling. Kiki, with bad bitches on the track. Oh my goodness, what was the other line? It was, I'm a bad bitch, she's a savage, there's no comparison here. I said yes. I said yes. Yes, two bad bitches. Two bad bitches at the same damn time. What's going on, sus? Ooh, this is what we did. This is the moment that we dreamed up. I thought that there was no higher level of homosexuality, but here I am letting you know that they're taking me to my final form, okay? And it's so crazy because I remember her talking about Savage. I'm like, oh, we gotta get it to #1. And everybody's like, release a video for this, release a video for it. But I guess she came with something better since that Beyonce feature just stashed away. Now the gay in me cannot help but wonder about possible performances. Can you imagine? Oh my goodness, can you imagine you're at any event or you're watching any event and Megan's performing? Oh my goodness. And then Beyonce just walk out. Now what would actually end my whole life is if they hit some 8 counts together. Now at that point, funeralize me, embalm me first. I don't know if you're gonna use a casket or a sarcophagus. Either way, just understand that I'm going to be dead. I'm gonna be dead! But yeah, I am so happy for Megan because I know this is like a dream come true for her. Somebody else that I'm happy for is Lizzo because like I said, Beyonce did wish her a happy birthday, and this is kind of what she had to say about that.
Beyonce wished me happy birthday on her website. She knows it's my birthday. Thanks for all the birthday wishes. Everybody on the internet. It's so sweet.
Beyonce is just like the celebrity of celebrities, and it's just so funny to watch them react to anything that she does. So yeah, hope Lizzo had a great day. Speaking of a great day, it seems like it just keeps getting better and better. Doja Cat says that guess what? On Friday, they're going to be releasing a Say So remix with Nicki Minaj. Girl said all we're missing is Rico Nasty and Rihanna doing a song together, and I said yeah, that it would just complete the circle of getting life, okay? Not just the circle of getting life. It would complete the circle of getting life. But yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on because my day was just looking really blah and bland and boring, but they woke my ass up, okay? They woke me up. I don't know what's going on, but please keep it coming, please. So yeah, I'm not gonna talk about too much more. A lot of it's gonna be just focused on some politics stuff that's going on. Real quick rundown to let you know, but first, before we get to that, here in Atlanta, Miss Minnie baby, she passed away. I think that is so unfortunate, so sad. Apparently, the reason she died was because of a hit and run. Yeah, I feel so sad for her family. Like the goods, I didn't know a whole lot about her, but I know that she was definitely a cute source for a lot of memes, and she had quite the personality. So that was really horrible to wake up and see. Something else that's pretty horrible every time I wake up and see it is the Joe Biden campaign. I don't know what type of circus they're running, but girl, call the ringmaster, get the clowns together, and just ship them back on home because nobody's doing a good job, and it seems like the circus tent is gonna fall down on their asses any minute now, okay? You know, if you're wondering what Joe Biden is doing, he's over here on news broadcasts making up terminology.
On other parts of the world, you know what's gonna happen. You're gonna have travel bans. You're gonna not be able to have economic intercourse around the world. There's a lot. Look,
I searched the database of my education, my many torturous years of education, could not find the terminology economic intercourse within my cluttered ass brain. So if you know what it is, let me know, because Joe definitely doesn't. Something that Joe does know is definitely he knows how to fall asleep. This apparently happened after, I guess, Hillary Clinton endorsed him and they were doing this town hall. I think in the beginning, our good sis Joe Biden was, you know, glancing down at his notes. But as the video progressed, the video that I saw, those eyes weren't low. They were completely shut for a good amount of time while sis was speaking. So that's going on. But that's just trivial stuff that compares to the amount of new kind of evidence that's been coming out about this Tara Reid situation and her accusations. I don't know. The Democratic Party is acting like none of this is going on. Like, oh, nothing to see here. Well, actually, that is a lie, because Stacey Abrams' ass was, you know, this was so disappointing to me, but she was up there saying, oh, well, I believe Joe Biden. I know him. Even when, because I saw an interview with her and Don Lemon, I think, and Don asked her, like, okay, but you had a different kind of view when it came to the whole Kavanaugh and Christine situation. But she was just like, no, I think women should be heard, but at the same time, you know, I love Joe, and Joe is my Joe, and Joe is my Joe. Sloppy Joe is what you need to call it. I know that sis is over here trying to make sure that she's in line or she can be picked to be his vice president. But I don't understand, like, what do you have to sacrifice to get in these positions? And is it worth it? Maybe to her it is, but she keeps citing this New York Times article like, oh, well, the New York Times doesn't agree with it, so we're just gonna toss it all out. Like, it was really, as much as I want to start dragging, it's actually really sad and disappointing. And she's the last person that I would be expecting to say some shit like that. But that's what's going on there. If you want me to talk more about the Joe Biden accusations, I will do so on my podcast. I'm not trying to play no games with YouTube. So, sign up to Patreon. We can have a whole discussion about that. But it's not looking too good. It's a legitimate thing that he's going to have to address. It's so sad to see everybody out here, and specifically people like Stacey Abrams, who will lay down on the railroad tracks for this man, and he can't even string together a sentence. It's just pathetic to see, I think. And we'll end this on something else that I thought was extremely pathetic. Mike Pence took his ass to the Mayo Clinic to see some patients and stuff, and he did so without a mask. He was told that, you should be wearing one, but he decided not to. His reasoning was, I don't have coronavirus. And this is essentially what he was saying. I don't have coronavirus. I'm tested all the time. And the reason why people, or the CDC wants people to wear masks, is because they don't want you to give the virus to someone else. I think that's the logic he's using, that since he does not have coronavirus, he's at no risk and he poses no risk to anybody. And of course, we know that shit is some stupid ass thinking. He's giving me all types of Summer Walker teas, apparently, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, apparently this was her getting her nails done. I'm like, sis, for all this, you could have taken the gloves off. You could have just walked around like Mike Pence. Just take the gloves off, go get your nails done. And honestly, I'm being shady. Just wash your hands before and after if you really want to get your nails done. Like, sis was wearing these Kim Possible ass fingerprint scan built ass latex gloves. Like, girl, please. So yeah, it's not surprising coming from Mike Pence. We already know that he does not believe in science or anything like that. So maybe he thinks just because he can't see germs, they can't beat his ass. But we'll see. Just because your ass get tested don't mean that you avoid, unless y'all have some type of magical advanced, because the government on top of a lot of shit, advanced cure or something, you just walking in there, it's not looking too cute to me. Maybe this is to incite the base, where it's just like, oh, well, Mike Pence went in there without no mask, so all of this is a fraud and we need to get back to the economy. I don't know what his plan is. All I know, I've often said that he is built like a stone tablet in the face. He's giving me 10 Commandments. He's giving me very much Old Testament, all the bigotry, misogyny, and homophobia included. He's actually going to turn into stone if he keeps playing like this. Like, he's going to turn ashy ass, bleached ass, racist ass stone, okay? Giving me Sir Jorah teas, looking like a case of grayscale incarnated in human form. We hate to see everything that he has to say or do. I wonder if the people who work in these offices, like work in the White House and stuff, and work around the office of the president, like y'all ain't scared for y'all own lives? You don't see the Looney Tunes that y'all are ushering around or escorting around or scheduling things for? You don't see what they doing? Anyway, y'all, let me know what you thought of this whole Savage, Megan Thee Stallion, Beyonce thing in the comments. I got my entire life, like I said. I'm so happy that it happened. I'm so happy for Megan. A beautiful moment in the music industry, a beautiful moment for homosexuals, for lesbians, for bisexuals, for trans people. It's just a beautiful moment. And I'm glad I got to witness that. On that note, thank you so much for watching, and make sure that you have a good goddamn evening.
Online savage, real life average. Yes, ma'am, that's a catfish. And ain't no realness in that bitch. That catfish tragic. Online savage, real life average.